Hey everyone, I'm just doing a little bit of work on these sun visors. I'm going to show you how I remove this stuff. I've got to be real careful with it, of course, and people will go, oh holy shit, he's using like thinners, you know, automotive thinners on vinyl, but trust me, it works. I've done it many times. I've used it especially to clean really bad stains off the vinyl in the Chevy before, where I just couldn't get wax and grease remover to remove it. But it works. I'll give you a look. Okay, I've sort of started there. I just pulled that across there once, and that writing's already starting to come off. So I'll just I may have to dip this again because this has dried out since I turned the camera on. But there you go. As you can see, we're starting to all the writing's starting to come off. It's just basically a print. It's a print onto the vinyl. So you know, it takes a little bit of elbow grease to get there, and you have to be really careful that you don't start to melt the vinyl, because if you put too much thinners in one spot, you will melt the vinyl and you'll leave some terrible ridges and stuff like that on it. But you know, I wouldn't have bought these things. These were cheap, but I wouldn't have bought them if I thought I couldn't have achieved the effect that I wanted. But how's that, guys? That's the bottom part just about gone. Okay, like I've pulled a lot out of it, so you know, I'm going to find a clean bit of the rag and get a bit more general purpose thinners on there. And then we'll go for the next section. So if at any time I see the vinyl starting to really deteriorate, that's when I'll stop and I'll wipe it down, and then I'll get some grease and wax remover, and I'll use that to sort of try and neutralise the effect of the thinners, because you don't want to melt the stuff. It can look really bad once it's melted. And this was the only pair of this type of sun visor in the salvage yard. So we're getting there. I'm just going to have a little bit more of a wipe rather than torture you guys to another 10 minutes of me trying to get this off. I'm just going to sort of pause the video for now, and I'll come back and I'll show you how it comes up. Cheers. Okay guys, I finished the other side. I'm just going to show you how all this white shit comes off. There's a lot more white on this side because I've used the white as like a background, where the white was just a print on the other side. So this is going to take a little bit more of a going over. As you can see, it's coming off. It's coming off on the rag. So I've just got to keep changing positions on the rag so I don't keep rubbing it back in. I know there's people that'll be on be watching this that'll be sort of like pulling their hair out going, what the hell are you doing? You can't use thinners on vinyl. Well, guess what? General purpose thinners you can. Just got to be bloody careful, that's all. It gets around the whole thing in thinners. Yeah, of course it's going to melt. It's going to look shocking. So we're just go slow. So again, I've got to flip it over onto the clean side so we don't pick up any more of that white residue. Now, some of you might say, oh, that's not the way I do it. You know what? I don't give a fuck. This is a budget build, remember? These things cost me $5. If it worked, it worked. If it didn't, it didn't. It didn't really matter. So, I'm just using a cheap ass brand wax and grease remover, and just using a cheap ass general purpose thinners as well, made by a local speed shop here, Super Cheap Auto, and yeah, it's working fine. So I'll just give this a bit of a going over, and this may take several cleans to get this absolutely the way I want it. But at the end of the day, I don't really care. If I can get it looking good, like I can use this one on the passenger side. Doesn't matter. I don't have to look at it. And 99% of the time, the passenger side one always stays folded up. So it's the driver's one you use. So yes, you do see a little bit of an outline. I think just down here, this is going to need a little bit more of a scrub with some thinners. But that's pretty much all gone, considering that was a completely white block. That side has faded, but as I said, if I have to shoot some vinyl spray over this, I don't care. For $5, if I decide that it didn't turn out exactly the way I wanted it, I can just go back to the Wreckers and buy another set for $5 and get the ones I need. So yeah, all's good, guys. I'm going to keep working on these, see how they come up, and yeah, move on to the next bit. Cheers. Okay, guys, I'm pretty happy with that. Not 100%, but I'll let that dry now. Might look like it's got a couple of little ripples and stuff in it now. It might look like it's stretched a little bit. Yeah, it could possibly be stretched, but all I'll do is I'll get the heat gun, and just at a distance I'll just put some heat into it. It'll shrink it back, and it'll look good. That was the big emblem, so that probably still needs another going over. But yeah, I'll give it one more go tomorrow. I'll let it dry overnight. Give it one more go tomorrow, see how it comes up, and then if I'm not completely happy with it, I'll as I said, I'll shrink it back, and I'll go get some vinyl spray, and I'll just vinyl spray them. But yeah, goes to show you can actually remove writing from vinyl if you take it easy. Okay, guys, I'm going to either sink or swim here. I'm going to attempt to cut the first hole in the dash for the air conditioning ducting. Wish me luck. So I've already got a pilot hole drilled here, so I'm hoping that works as a good locating spot. You're supposed to do this at 135 RPM per minute for mild steel. I'm going to slow this right down. So I've got that on, that's as low as I can go. First speed and speed setting. So probably should do this in a drill press, but it's a little bit awkward for me, so there we go. Okay, it wants to bite already, guys, so I'm guessing I might have to get this up on a couple of blocks of wood. Okay. This is all new for me, guys, so you're taking a trip with me. I don't know what I'm doing, so if I cock this up, you're going to see me stuff up a dashboard of a 1936 Studebaker, and I ain't going to get another one. So I'm just going to up the power a little bit, just to try and get this thing moving. Okay, that seemed to go very smooth, guys. Actually, if I can say so, fucking lot smoother than I thought. And it's a relief. I expected it was going to be bouncing all over the place, but no, it's good. So now all I have to do is match that on the other side. So let me just get this camera angle up a bit more. I hope it actually wasn't too far tilted. I'm used to flying with one of these things on my head as a skydiving instructor. Not filming in a garage with it. So there's the vent. So I think I determined the other day that this little round indent would be the top. So they said to drill 64mm. You can't buy 64mm, you buy 63mm. So that's looking a little tight, but as you can see, it has passed through the back of the dash panel. I may just need to run a rat tail file around that a little bit, just to take the burrs off it. But I think I'm pretty much on the money there, guys. I think I've done it. So if you want, you can sit there and watch me do this. And probably got it done right. Alright, here we go. It really is. It makes me nervous when I do anything on an original part of this truck, because I simply know I can't get the parts. You know, I can't replace this. You know, I've seen only ever 2 of the American cab style 2T2s turn up on eBay in the States in 10 years. And I know there's none here in Australia. So this is something that, you're very nervous every time you do something, because if you fuck it, you know, possibility you could fix it, but Jesus, you know, if you can't, you have to find an alternative. So I just want to take the burr off there, guys. I'm not trying to make the hole bigger. At this point in time, I just want to see how if it actually slip in according to the instructions I was given on the vent of how big I needed to drill the hole and everything else. So now, if I did this sort of stuff for a living, it wouldn't bother me too much, because I know I would be able to fix it. But you know, I'm working on limited skills here, and trying to do the best I can. So I just got to be really really careful. It's probably gone in a little bit more. There's a couple of ridges on here. It's actually probably gone in up to the 2nd ridge now. So if I just keep playing around with this rat tail, just keep going around it a little bit, just taking a little bit of the the burr off it each time. I should be able to just pop that in. It's very close. There we go. So that's in. Does it feel a little loose? It does now that it's in, but you know, that's nothing that I can't. You saw what I did. I didn't go very hard on it at all. It was just getting it past those first couple of ridges. So you know, I can always put a bit of silicone around that, or some you know, epoxy or whatever to hold it in, but that's what we got, guys. So that's my air conditioning vents. Billet? No. $130 a vent? No. $19 a vent? Yes. Will it do the same job as a $139 vent? Yes. Can I always upgrade to the later model vent when I got the money? Yes. So there you go. Not everything has to be $1 million to look $1 million. But cheers, guys. Thank you. Okay, guys. Second one. It's all marked out. Here we go. Make sure I get this cord behind me. The last thing I want is to end up wrapped up into an electrical cord and then end up getting shocked and cut off the bloody blade. There we go. Whoa! That's got a bit of bite. I can understand why using a pedestal drill or, you know, bench drill is probably the wise way to do it. You just got to go slow. Once you get a bite on it, it's fine. There we go. And yes, it did bite back there at the end. So and that could also be because this has just got a little bit of buckling in it from me having welded up all those other holes before. So take the sticky tape off, it's masking tape, and we'll see how it goes, guys. I'll just deburr this. I'm going to try not go around this one as much as I did on the other side. Just see if the vent will fit a bit tighter. Not that it's loose on the other side, I'm quite happy with the fit. I sort of expected it to be that. They can't say drill a 63 64 mil hole when the little valleys in between all the ridges is 63. Or in the old scale, I think it measures out to, what is it, 2.5 inches or something? Yeah, 2.5 inches. So second time I cut myself down tonight. Believe it or not, I pulled the skin off the top of the knuckle getting the bloody drill out of the cupboard. Don't ask me what I hit on the way out, but whatever it was, it and then took the skin off. Okay, we'll see how this goes, but I don't bleed all over everything. Okay. Yeah, see, there's a hell of a lot of resistance there, and being a plastic vent, yeah, it will give a little bit, but you've got to be careful that you don't break it as well. So, you know, I sort of have to go around the vent like this. I don't care that it's a little bit loose, as I said. You know, you can even put a little bit of insulation tape around there, or a little bit of Teflon tape, or anything like that, to hold the vent nice and firm in place. But yeah, you can't, plastic vent, you can't force these things in, because if you break them, you're going to have to buy another one. I suppose that's the only bonus with say a billet one. So that's more than halfway in, but it just gets to that point, it just doesn't want to go anymore. So, could I put it in and hit it? Maybe. I'm going to try and hit it square though. There we go. Okay, I got it in by hitting it, but as you can see, still a little bit loose. It's to be expected. Okay, so nice fit there. Stuck to the drill hole size. All I've done is filed off the burrs, and that's it. You know, there's plenty of meat there to get that hose on when it finally arrives from Hong Kong. So that's another little job done tonight. It's a shame. I think you can probably see there's a weld mark. That's the hole I wanted to try and eliminate, but it was just, you know, where I was going to mount it here, or thought I was going to mount it here, you know, was obviously no good. It wasn't in front of my face. This I was hoping was going to be in front of my face, and it wasn't, and this just turned out to be the right spot. It's 45mm up from the bottom to the base, and that's 100mm in from the start of the recess to the edge of the vent, and that goes to the same on the left hand side. So yeah, all good guys. Cheers. Okay guys, just a quick look at both vents mounted in the dash, just sitting there, as you know. But there we go. So that left one's a little bit offline, but yeah, they'll, you know, when they're all fitted in properly, it'll look all good. But yeah, that's nice, man. I like that. You know, I don't think that's too bad. That's what they look like when the vents are closed. They look nicer with them open at this point in time, but you've got to remember the dashboard needs to be painted, and you know, it's a million colours at the moment. So yeah, all good. One more job done. So all we need now is that ducting, and that's the aircon unit and heater unit done. I don't have to play around with this anymore. I can rip all that out. I can start getting all the window frame done, and once I get that back here and I tack all that in, then I can start putting all the metal work back in, and then start on this back wall. So yeah, all good guys. Cheers.